Look what I've done. Look what you've done. The grip was loose. It was loose. It was loose.
Welcome back to another video. I'm the local weirdo, and looks like we're going to be talking about the Enchiridion as well as Mount Cragdor today. But you probably already noticed something. This is out of order. This is episode 5, which means there has to be at least 2 other episodes missing, and you're right to notice this, because unfortunately, Mars's grip was loose. It was loose, and because of this, the episodes are out of order, and not only that, I had to come on in and do this episode myself, and considering my editing abilities are nowhere near as advanced as Mars, you're just gonna have to settle for the old style. But with that being said, let us begin. Now, Mount Cragdor was originally a place specifically designed in order to house the Enchiridion due to how powerful it was. It required a place specifically that allowed it to be contained as well as protected, but also made it possible for people to actually obtain it, but only those who are worthy of heart. Basically, heroes who are able to utilize its powers for the greater good. Heroes like Finn, who actually heard of the place via Princess Bubblegum. Due to the fact that Mount Cragdor was specifically created in order to contain the Enchiridion, as one would imagine, it is one of the most dangerous dungeons within the Land of Oo. In fact, the Enchiridion bare minimum had been there for a couple hundred years, and despite that, not a single person who went in ever came out alive. Now, the only way to walk into Mount Cragdor is through the front door, as the entrance is both magically sealed, and it most likely there is a force field surrounding it to avoid people from just flying inside. With Keeper, as his name implies, being the key, as he literally has the key on top of his head that allows you to unlock the door. Once inside, everything you see may or may not be an illusion, as there's no way of really telling. The dungeon is specifically designed in order to test both your mental as well as physical faculties. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people tend to overlook, is the fact that the average person who comes into this place does not actually have Jake in order to tell them exactly where the Enchiridion is. Under most circumstances, you would have to navigate throughout this entire labyrinth-like forest in order to finally find the center. In the meantime, you would end up coming across very, very horrific illusions, as well as very dangerous, massive monsters that could easily kill you. Jake was flat out devoured by a giant in the matter of 2 seconds after being spotted. If that doesn't give you an idea of just how dangerous this place is, then I don't know what will. Finn and Jake would actually manage to navigate relatively easily thanks to the fact that Jake is able to smell exactly where the book was. They were also able to just flat out avoid many of the obstacles by flying upwards thanks to the dollar that he stole from the giant. Assuming one actually manages to navigate and get all the way up to this final room, there's actually only 2 trials remaining. First is the most obvious, which is getting past the Dark Magician in the first place. Now, for those of you who do not know, the Dark Magician, as the name implies, is a very evil and very powerful spellcaster. He's specifically placed there in order to both test any hero that comes by, as well as kill anyone who is unworthy. After spotting a potential hero, he then proceeds to teleport them into his brain world, where he is pretty much completely in control. Now, contrary to how it sounds, this is not a dream, and everything that occurs within his brain world happens to you in real life, meaning that you can in fact die once put into that brain world. And to make matters worse, one thing in particular that he almost always tends to summon within his brain world is the Heart Beast. And interestingly enough, it actually has its own space within the Enchiridion itself, in which it is then revealed that this thing actually is capable of eating, and that is how it tends to kill adventurers. But because Finn is Finn, he easily overcomes these challenges and manages to get past the Dark Magician with pretty much no issue. Now, assuming someone actually manages to get past all the trials as well as show heroic traits, they are then gifted the Enchiridion by Manish Man himself, a man so incredibly buff that he has biceps on his back. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. As I said before, these videos are really dang short in terms of lore, so I'm actually able to cover them relatively quickly. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Thanks so much to my patrons. If you want to support me, consider becoming one of my patrons. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.